Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Realms, and today I have an independent movie review, and this one's pretty unique. This one comes from Jabb Pictures and Mostly Harmless Pictures. This one is entitled Run, and I'm going to read to you what this says right here because it's very important for this film. It's actually two here, as you can see, and they specify on this: Mostly Harmless Pictures cut, watch first. Jabb Pictures cut, watch second. And this is what it says. This is a film like no other. Filmmakers Jason Hoover of Jabb Pictures and Brian Williams of Mostly Harmless Pictures set out on a journey across America with no script and only a rough idea of the film. All scenes and dialogue are 100% improvised, starting in Greenwood, Indiana and ending in Los Angeles, California. The film covers more than 2,500 miles. Once all footage had been shot, each filmmaker took its entirety and began to edit their idea of Run. They each vowed not to discuss their edits or ideas until the project was complete. The similarities are as great as the differences. Each film has a unique story and feel. One film, two completely different cuts. And that is what Run is, guys, which is this a really awesome idea. Now, Jabb Pictures, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you've seen me do a lot of reviews for Jabb Pictures. The Collective series, which each volume was a different idea. Like one was centered around what this box is. 7 different filmmakers making 10 different filmmakers, I think, doing their idea of what this box means. One was all female directors. One was zombies. They had several different ones. And they also, my favorite things from Jabb Pictures was their very first short film, Spike, and their last film, I Am No One. I really enjoyed both of those. Mostly Harmless Pictures, I'm not as familiar with. I know of Brian Williams. I haven't really got to meet him and talk to him. I've seen him at shows, just haven't really talked to him. I know they did a film called Time to Kill, and Brian was also in Headless, which I just highly praise on this channel. So it's really neat that both these filmmakers did this film together. Both did a unique take on it. So the first one we started off with was Mostly Harmless Pictures cut of Run. This is done by Brian Williams. It comes in at 55 minutes long, and this film was shot with Canon, Blackmagic, and GoPro cameras. And really, this one, it's a guy. It's Brian Williams who's the acting in this. Jason Hoover directed this, and basically his wife has left him. You can tell that because he's calling her phone, he's leaving her messages, and he's also talking to somebody else too, and like talking about how she left him. And he's like back and forth on it. Like one time he's trying to get her back, another time he's cussing her out, calling her a bitch, and so he's going from Indiana to California. She left him for another man, and so he's going to go out to California and he's going to get this bitch. So he's driving along in this, and he picks up this hitchhiker, which is a real fucking dickhead, and he kills him. And it's an awesome death scene, guys. This part was just really cool, very stylized, very just neat use of effects on this part, and the music here is awesome. Like I didn't really think there was going to be much music in this, and then when this scene hits, wow, it's really cool. It just shifts the film totally. The visuals in this film are very striking. The cross-country trip really adds to the film. I mean, you're seeing stuff all across the country, you know, the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas, Hollywood. You're seeing all these different areas. You know, Brian's just very angry this whole time, you know, and he's just lost. He's a lonely guy. And, you know, this cut of the film, it was very surreal, very dreamlike. There's a lot of, like I said, just really striking visuals, long moments of not a lot of dialogue, and just a lot of really good music. The music selections in Brian's cut was really good. The music rather was done by Kevin MacLeod. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but just really great music in this one. I really enjoyed it a lot. Next up was Jabb Pictures Cut, and this one came in at 1 hour and 19 minutes. And this particular cut was called Let Go. They're both called Run, but this cut was called Let Go, and I apologize for not knowing what Mostly Harmless's one was called. It had a name too. I didn't catch it, didn't write it down. I took notes here for the two separate cuts. This one begins totally different from the other one. This one, the scene that's at the beginning of this one is at the end of the other one, and it's cool because you know right away that you're getting the same movie but a completely different cut. You can see that it's very creative. This one starts with Brian reading a letter from his wife where she's saying, she's leaving him. Same deal, it's the same story. She's leaving him for another man. She's moving out to California. She wants to become a movie star. She's taking everything. I mean everything. She didn't leave him with any clothes, not even any fucking underwear. I mean, the apartment is completely empty. So Brian, and this one is also cut in black and white, or at least it starts that way. So Brian just says, fuck it, man. He's going to go get this bitch. And it's the same thing, where you get the messages where he's calling her and he's back and forth on how he feels. He's talking to somebody else about what he's going to do to her and how he's so pissed off about this. And it's the same thing. He goes off, cross country. But in this one, when he picks up the hitchhiker and he kills him, right when he kills him, it switches over from black and white to color, which I thought was really cool. And then from there, it kind of bounces back and forth. There's times where it's black and white. There's times where it's in color. It takes different turns there. Both cuts of this film, guys, were just really cool. And I know I talk more about Mostly Harmless Pictures version, but it's just because, like I said, it's the same film, just two different cuts. Which one was better? It's hard to say because they both had unique qualities to them. I like how, this is just super creative of both guys to do this. I love this whole premise. And, this just goes back, me and my wife were talking about this as we were watching this. I really love how, Jabb Pictures is not just a regular independent movie studio, that puts out films. They started off doing short films. Then they did the Collective series, which brought a bunch of people together. Then they did I Am No One, which was a spin-off of one of the short films off of one of the collectives. And now they do something like this. And also, Jason Hoover, which runs Jabb Pictures, also runs the independent films at the Days of the Dead convention. So, very unique studio, independent studio. They're not just like, putting out film after film. He's making his own mark, I think, in the independent scene, which is hard to do. I think it's very awesome, and this is just yet another unique idea that's came along. I had heard about this. I knew that this happened because I remember hearing, I think it debuted at Days of the Dead in Atlanta in February, I believe. I believe that's what it was. Don't quote me on that, but I know it debuted earlier this year. And I knew there was two different takes on the film, but I didn't realize, all that it entailed, cross-country trip, completely improvised. It's really cool, guys. I think a lot of people that watch this channel that like independent films are going to really enjoy seeing this. But the thing is, I think you really need to see both cuts of the film. You don't want to see just one because it's a definite, Brian's take is more of your surreal, dreamlike quality. Hoover's take is more of your story-driven quality, I thought. But they both, they blend well together. We watch these back-to-back. We watch Brian's and then immediately put in Jason's. But yeah, guys, I'm not real sure on where to get these right now. I messaged Jason. I did not hear back from him before I did this review. I checked out the Jabb Pictures website. I did not see him on there. And I know Jabb sells some stuff through Toe Tag's site, and I did not see him on there either. But I know it wouldn't be hard to get. If you get a hold of Jabb Pictures through Facebook, or more specifically Jason Hoover, Brian Williams through Facebook, I'm sure they could get you a copy of this if you're interested in checking it out. But yeah, guys, if like I said, really, really cool stuff. Not anything, there's not a lot of action. you know, but the visuals and everything is what I think is really awesome in this. It's shot very, very, very well. And just the whole cross country thing, seeing the different changes in landscapes throughout the film really adds to it. You know, it's slow burn for sure. And like I said, there's definitely not a bunch of gore. There's a few gory scenes in it. And Jeremy Cruz did do some of the effects on this from Toe Tag Pictures. Danny Inks from who is with Jeremy Cruz from Toe Tag Pictures has a role in this. She was also Maskhead. She's got a small part in this. But yeah, guys, like I said, it's cool. I think a lot of people that watch this channel is going to like it, especially if you like independent films and you like unique, creative ideas. This is definitely something to check out. So I'm not going to rate these separately. I'm going to rate them as a whole. These films together, this whole idea, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, guys. I apologize once again for not having a link to it. If I figure out the link and where you can get it at, I will put it below. So look below, and if I have the link, it will be there. As soon as I get it, I will put it below. So either way, guys, that is Run, and that is Brian there. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you all watching. Have a good one, guys. Later.